Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we are talking about drag and drop events in Electron. Now, the way drag and drop works in Electron is exactly the same way you would do it in any regular web application. The main delta, though, is if you want to access things like file paths from the render process, it is actually quite difficult. So it took me a while to figure out where the issue was on my end. So I just want to start with some cautionary tales. So the first part is a very common library if you're using React, which if you're not using React, what are you doing? React Drop Zone. So this is a very popular library. You see 4 million weekly downloads. It's pretty large. And I discovered that there's a bug related to Electron in terms of getting the file path, and there's an issue with it. Yeah, so there's an issue with the file selector, which is another library that this depends on, and it's causing some issues. So yeah, it seems like there's an issue here. So yeah, it says here, recommend try setting get files from events to use drop zone. Yeah, so in any case, on my side at least, interesting, because on my side, I was actually running into issues related to mantines. No, let me just open another one. New Finder window. And if I come here, yeah, I implemented this myself, and I'm pretty happy about it. So I'm actually kind of glad that I couldn't use Mantine's drop zone feature. But something to keep in mind is that this seems to, no way to say, by design, I suggest closing this. Yeah, so the main thing is that if you want full file paths, you're going to need to use this library, WebUtils. Now, where do you get WebUtils and how do you use it? I could save you hours right now in development. And trust me, any LLM workflow that I just used ran into issues. I was only able to crack it with deep research from ChatGPT. And this is what I see here, is you need to expose in main world a namespace called Electron. And then under it, add the get file path and kind of proxy it. So here you're going to be proxying everything you need from what's it called, from mainland into the render process. So this is literally, these 3 lines here are what exactly you need. You know how in LLMs it's popular to say attention is all you need. Well, WebUtils get path for file is all you need in this case. So, with that being said, I built this component myself, and if you want to use Mantine's drag and drop, I suggest so drop zone. I can take a look very quickly. So here, probably in the props, you can have. You can probably, yeah, so yeah, it's probably possible here to customize these to, yeah, to just on drop. The thing is, Mantine overrides this. On drag enter, on drag leave. So Mantine overrides this and just gives you this files with files path. Yeah, I think this is probably what you would want to use. But um, in any case, I built my own, so not a problem. But just now you know, I think this also lines up with what we're seeing here. Get files, increment, use drop zone as mentioned. So I think this is very clear. But the main part that I'm trying to preach here is this particular section. Um, So that is all. I'm gonna complete this a bit of code here. So as you see, we implemented this. So this is the file dropper. Any LLM can generate a very nice one for you. I would not worry too much about it. So this is the file path. And what we are gonna do is we're actually gonna build a new API here, which is called, gonna call it create. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pass a URI and a name. I think we're just gonna pass a URI. That's all we need. Yep. That's all we literally need. So, yep. We're gonna do global. And here, this actually is a little bit interesting because basically what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna say yeah, let me take a look at this open function. So yeah, the open is actually is not what we want to do. It's rather this. So we're going to copy this logic. And we're going to make this async. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a data source. Once I get it, I can insert the tab and I will refetch the files on the right hand side. So cool. So let's test it. So this would be, let's take a weird CSV file. Let's take a look at this one. Seems a bit large. Let me add here size so I'm just aware. Yeah, why not? Let's put this, see what happens. So it didn't open it, which is probably a bug here. So we're gonna do this, but we're also gonna do this is fine. Just the speed I'm able to build on is crazy. So let me just open this guy using my... Oh, nice. It didn't even load it. So let's take a look here. So let's try again. Trial number 2. Okay. I'm not sure. It seems that probably we're getting some errors. I don't know if we're running into the same issue as before. Probably. Yeah. You see, this is the problem. So I don't know how to you can ask Vite to clear the cache. Can you do that? Vite clear cache. Yeah, so we just delete this puppy right here. And I think this type of logic can be abstracted because it's probably going to be reused. Fat the bet. So now let's see, standard this guy. It's not working yet. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at something. So yeah, I've been running into this issue a lot lately. This is gonna be a good test. But let's not do that one right now. Where is my standard charges file? Yeah, something is... It could also be some of my messing around with Vite that has led to this. So it could be nice to, yeah, see, for instance, I added some of this shit. I definitely think that this is messing with it, so it's always good to take a look at. It's definitely fucking it up. Perfect. So now, hopefully, I don't have that problem. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, we might need to restart this guy. Crazy because this shit is still there, and I wonder if this is some cursor update that's like messing up with my file system. Nice. Let's try it. Yeah, I ran into this before, and my solution was to literally like delete and recreate the file. It was very odd. So I'm just gonna duplicate it, and then I'm gonna delete this. and then I'm gonna recreate it. And then I'm just gonna call this file dropper. And then in my routes, so let's load this guy here. No, it's still... Oh, so I think it's possible that I've implemented this in the wrong area. So this is document drop. Yep. So this is the actual function that matters. Yeah, so I think this is the actual... Yeah, I don't know what was here, but I'm gonna take these out, and I'm gonna copy this here. Just gonna make sure that this is an async. And then, I don't think we need to do this, but... Yeah, and this will be very interesting because we're like constantly refetching and it literally is not going to be needed, so it's going to be very nice. Cool. So now let's take a look. I think this should be pretty more than good. Standard charges. There we go. So I think it kind of worked. Just a couple caveats, but I think it kind of worked. So let's... Yeah. This happened before. This is a bug that I wanted to document. So let me go to my project notes. There's a bug when importing so what ends up happening is you actually need a because you upsert this tab and this is the problem. Yeah, we need to it does set the current tab. So let's take a look at what the hell is happening here. Yeah, so it sounds like somehow I remember this bug now. So let's take a look at our database. Nope, none of these. Gosh. Oh, wow. Wow, my guy. So yeah, like you see here, this is why. So we already, this is just a mistake in the API. So here you send actually the file path, not the file URI. That is good to know. So you send the file path, not the file URI. So this guy is going to be called the file path. and should be good. So here's what's gonna happen though. So I'm gonna delete this, and then I'm gonna refresh. This technically should not happen. Now, didn't know this by the way. So now let's test dragging these. Yeah, this seems like a sick example. Nice. That works beautifully. Yeah, this is fire. And if you wanted to unlink it, it's pretty simple. Sweet. It's pretty fire. We just need to transition this thing, I think. But yeah, there you have it. Drag and drop implemented within the context of this application. So very cool. So to summarize, when you are in an Electron application and you want to drag and drop a file, you are just going to rely on the native implementation of the browser. So the HTML5 drag and drop event. Now, the only delta is if you want to get the file path, which is not something that you would commonly need when you're uploading files natively in a web context. So in this case, because we are a desktop application, so we do really care about the full file path. So because we really need this, all what we're going to do is we're going to expose under the Electron namespace the get file path, which comes from web utils. And we do that in preload.ts or JS, depending on what you're doing. And this comes from web utils get path for file. That's the API. And yeah, this is all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.